Welcome back to A Moment in History. I'm Seth Udinsky. In our journey through history, let's explore the history of one of the most beloved hymns of the Christian faith. This song of worship explores the greatness of God through the created world as a plea for all creation to praise the triune God. In addition to being one of the most beloved hymns of the faith, it is also one of the oldest, created in the High Middle Ages from the pen of St. Francis of Assisi in Italy in the early 13th century. Let's unearth the story of this great hymn, All Creatures of Our God and King. This 800-year-old song of the faith has three well-known stanzas, each one taking turns calling the creation to sing a hallelujah to its maker. It begins in the first verse with the sun and moon, and then moving to the rushing wind that art so strong and clouds that sail in heaven along in the second. The song then crescendos with the third and final charge to let all things their Creator bless and worship Him in humbleness, and closes with a glorious nod to the Trinity, imploring believers to praise the Father, praise the Son, and praise the Spirit, three in one. I think we can all agree this is a beautiful hymn of the Christian faith, but how did it come to be? What is the source of this poignant theme calling the creation to praise its Maker? Well, that's revealed to us in the hymn's author, Francis of Assisi. Francis is one of the most influential figures in the medieval church. He spent his life in the Italian Papal States during the tumultuous time of the High Middle Ages. The Crusades were raging in the Middle East at the time, and European lords were jockeying for power with the aristocracy of the Catholic Church in the West. It was surely a violent time for violent men. But Francis was an anomaly of the times. He was born the son of a wealthy Italian merchant, and he dreamed of battles and bloodshed, but experienced the horrors of war firsthand as a young man. These experiences led him to a desire to a simple life of devotion to God, and he soon entered the monastery where he became a passionate preacher. Francis became famous for his love of the created world, but not in a pagan way. He saw the creation as its own glorification of its creator. Many legends obviously rose up around this, including one that he preached a sermon to a flock of birds and reasoned with a wolf to help it act peaceably. No matter the truthfulness of these legends, you see that Francis had a connection to the created world, and this drove him to write the lyrics that would become the beloved hymn we know today. Now, the version of All Creatures of Our God and King that we typically sing in church today was put to music by English Christian hymnist William Draper in the early 20th century. The words still carry great joy of a creation praising its creator, the same joy they've conveyed for believers for the last 800 years. Thanks so much for joining me once again for A Moment in History.